Now that we've talked about adding and subtracting and multiplying our polynomials, today we are going to look at dividing them. So before we jump into all of our x's, let's just review old school division again by taking 672 divided by 21. Remember, we asked ourselves, how many times does the 21 go into 62? Well, that would be 3. Then we multiply 3 times 21 is 63. And then we subtract those. So we get 4, and we bring down the 2. And we ask ourselves, 21 times what number gives us 42? Well, that would be 2. And 2 times 21 is 42. And then we subtract those, and we end up with no remainder. So our answer is 32. And I just want to bring up what happens when we have a remainder. Like 3 goes into 5 one time. And of course, we want to subtract that. And then we have this remainder 2. We could add a decimal and some zeros, but we don't do that with x's that are coming up. We just write a remainder over the divisor. So our answer is 1 2/3. So here's what it looks like with x's. We are asked to use polynomial long division to divide 4x squared, so we need to write that out, plus 23x minus 16 by x plus 5. It looks a little messy, but it's really not that bad. The question is, what is the quotient, the answer, and the remainder? So when we look at these, we look only at the first term. I think, what do I have to multiply x by to make it exactly 4x squared? Well, I would need to multiply by a 4x. And then I distribute that to both of these. 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times 5 is a positive 20x. And notice how I have my x's lined up and my x squareds lined up. And then what we want to do is subtract. But what happens is we have to change all the signs on the bottom, because we have to subtract that whole polynomial. 4x squared minus 4x squared cancels. 23x minus 20x is 3x. Then we bring down the minus 16. And we ask ourselves the same question. What do I have to multiply x by to make it exactly 3x? Well, it would need a 3 and a positive 3, so we put plus 3. And then again, we distribute. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 5 is positive 15. And then it's really quick to rush and say we've got a negative 1 left over, but we don't. Because remember, we change all those signs on the bottom. So the 3x's do cancel out. But now we have negative 6 minus 15, so that's a negative 31. So our answer is 4x squared plus 3, then with our remainder, minus 31 over x plus 5. And that will give us the final answer. Again, I'm going really fast because you can always pause and back up if you should need. Use polynomial long division to divide 3x squared minus 29x plus 56 by x minus 7. And again, we just keep looking at this first number. What do I have to multiply x by to make it exactly 3x squared? And the answer is 3x. So distribute. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 7 is negative 21x. Then remember, we have to change all the signs on the bottom. So I did that in red. So negative 29 plus 21 would be a negative 8x. And let's bring down this plus 56. And again, we're asking ourselves, what do we have to multiply x by to make it be negative 8x in here? The answer is negative 8. So let's distribute. Negative 8 times x is negative 8x. Negative 8 times 7 is positive 56. And then we change both of our signs If we had 3 terms down here, we could change all 3 signs. So those cancel, we have no remainder on this problem. So our answer, our quotient, is 3x minus 8. If they asked, there is no remainder on this problem. Problem 2, checking for factors. Is x squared plus 1 a factor of this quadnomial here? Well, let's see. I'm going to write out my whole quadnomial. 3x to the 4th minus 4x cubed plus 12x squared plus 5. So if it's a factor, it means it goes in evenly. There's a bit of a problem here because we have an x squared and we need to put in a 0x and then plus 1. So we want to have every amount of x accounted for. And then same old, we ask ourselves, what do we multiply the first term by to make it match this first term? And the answer would be a 3x squared. And then we need to distribute that 3x squared to all of these parts here. So we'd have 3x to the 4th. This is weird. I'm actually going to write plus 0x cubed just for a placeholder. And then 3x squared times 1 is 3x squared. And then we change all of the signs on the bottom. That's how we subtract. First terms cancel out. We have negative 4x cubed. Then 12x squared minus 3x is positive 9x squared. Then we bring down the plus 5. And back to the beginning, what do we multiply our x squared by to make it be exactly negative 4x cubed? So it needs to be a negative 4x. And again, I'll distribute all 3 of those. So negative 4x times x squared is negative 4x cubed. Negative 4x times 0 is going to be 0x squared. I like to write it to hold the place. Negative 4x times 1 is negative 4x. Oops. And that reminds me of a little problem we have here. We had a skip in our problem. I should have added in a 0x and then a plus 5, because right in here there is a skip. So we should have brought down a 0x there. So now we change all the signs on the bottom. Our first terms will cancel out. So we have 9x squared plus 4x. Now we bring down that 5. Same old. What do you multiply the first term by to make it exactly this first term? And the answer is a positive 9. Let's distribute that positive 9. So 9 times x squared is 9x squared. 9 times 0x is 0x. And 9 times 1 is 9. And we brought down a positive 5 there. Then change all the signs on the bottom line. So those cancel out. We're left with 4x. 5 minus 9 is negative 4. And there's nothing else to bring down in here. So this part is actually our remainder. So we're going to have plus, and then 4x minus 4, divided by all this outside part, x squared plus 1. Because it's the final answer, I did not do the 0x in there. In this next problem, we want to know, does x minus 2 go into all of this? And if it does, write it as a product of 2 factors. So that's x to the 5th plus 0x to the 4th plus 0x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 32. So we always want to have all of our exponents accounted for, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then none. Then the same question happens. What do we multiply our first term by to match x to the 5th? And the answer would be x to the 4th. So I distribute that. X to the 4th times x is x to the 5th. X to the 4th times negative 2 is negative 2x to the 4th. Change both of those signs. So these cancel, so we have a positive 2x to the 4th. Bring down the next term. So 0x cubed. So same question. To make x be 2x to the 4th, we have to multiply it by a positive 2x cubed. So let's distribute that. 2x cubed times x is 2x to the 4th. 2x cubed times negative 2 is minus 4x cubed. We change those signs. So 0x plus 4x cubed is 4x cubed. Then we bring down the 0x squared, and we just keep going. X needs to be multiplied by 4x squared to multiply exactly here. So let's distribute. 4x squared times x is 4x cubed. 4x squared times negative 2 is negative 8x squared. Then we always change those signs. Those cancel. So we have 8x squared. Persevere, we're getting there. Bring down the plus 0x. So we need to multiply x by something to get 8x squared. Well, that's going to be an 8x. So we need to distribute those. So 8x times 8x is 8x squared. And then 8x times negative 2 is negative 16x. Again, we change our signs. And we have 0 plus 16x. That's 16x. Bring down the negative 32. And bring down a little bit more room to work. So to get 16x, we need to multiply our x by positive 16. 16 times x is 16x. Whoops, I mean this to be blue. And 16 times negative 32, 16 times negative 2 is negative 32. Change the signs. There is no remainder. Phew, that is a lot of work. So the question is x minus 2 a factor? Well, yes. It is a factor because there was no remainder. And then they said if it is, write this as a product of two factors. So that would be x minus 2 times our quotient is what they want us to do there. I would recommend that you back up this problem now that you've written it and take a minute and watch it again and just listen and think about what's going on while you're not trying to write and keep up.